Hello, welcome to episode 224 of the Datapack tutorial series, version 1.2, 1.8, and earlier versions. We are going to be doing more of the Husk uses Ender pearls. This is part 2, still the concept, but I had a great suggestion from Starflyer and, well, I don't know how to pronounce the name, Ehrdn? I'm going to go with Ehrdn. Which is, instead of using an item that looks like an Ender pearl, why not just use an Ender pearl? Yeah. After reading it, you kind of think, yeah, okay, why didn't I do that in the first place? Because what we can do then is we can just say who the owner of the Ender pearl is, and it'll teleport them. So, there we are, we've got 2. We've got a distance check as well now, but if we get them to throw their pearls, ooh, they're not just throwing them randomly past me now, they're getting a bit scary. The distance is 20, so let's see if we can just get one of them. Oh no, they're both coming. Okay. Now, I haven't done anything with distance. Oh, we just got that one. Okay. So you'll notice in this one, he actually seems to be hitting me and coming right at me rather than flying off past me like 10 blocks or so. That was actually an accidental byproduct. What I did is I made him so he faces the nearest player first. So if I'm not moving fast enough, that Ender pearl hits me, lands on the floor, and he comes straight, right to me. Which I think is kind of good, because it means sometimes he's going to be right in your face, and sometimes he's going to miss. And we don't have to do any distance calculations at all. I mean, it kind of lucked out there, really. Anyway, it's not going to be too long, and we're going to start from scratch, because again, it's a short one. So let's pop over to the Datapack. So we've only got 3 functions. We've got pearl init, throw pearl init, and throw pearl. Throw pearl init we'll start with. So this would be run as a husk. So we'd probably want to do something before this. Is the husk going to throw a pearl? Something like that, we don't know. But at the moment, this is what we're running in chat to get them to all throw at the same time. So they all do throw at the same time still. We don't want that. We're going to have to use some sort of random chance predicate. Maybe select a husk. Is there a player near him? Okay. All husks that have a player near them have a 10% chance to throw a pearl. That's the idea of the thing we'll go for. I ran out of time though. Busy at the weekend, so we'll just say type equals husk. At S, run of functino, throw pearl. There we go, that's it. So all we're doing here is selecting the husk, so we can use each husk. Like, we can do one husk, then we'll move on to the next husk, and we'll do this, then the next husk, and we'll do this. Because the last time we had 2 execute as is in one function. Let's remove them. Let's start getting a bit better practice. Right, throw pearl. Exit if there's no player within range. I just chuck this in this. This will probably move. Because I think what we'll do is before we run throw pearl in it, we would have already checked if there is a husk in range, if there is a player in range. And if there isn't, we won't even be trying to throw the pearl, so we won't get here. So this will move out of this function probably. Execute unless entity. What would just say the closest player. We don't need to check them all, just check the closest one. Distance equals less than 20. Okay. And if there isn't, run, return, fail. Cool. Let's say that will probably move out. No, there's no point having that in throw pearl. We'll have that in the check. Should I throw the pearl? If I should, then we'll come in here and do this. Rotate the husk to face the nearest player. Okay, so we're just going to teleport the husk. And we'll just say where you are, but facing entity, nearest player. Again, we'll have that distance, less than 20. Whenever I repeat something, I always feel like, can we not repeat it? We've got distance 20 here. We've got distance 20 there. I'm not too happy about that. But it's staying in there for now. Right, now we'll summon a marker. And this is so we can get the direction that he should be looking, using the old shoot facing trick. So we're going to execute at the husk position. For this to work, you do need position 0, 0, 0 to be loaded. Ooh, that was a good attempt. Well done. We'll just fill that in properly, shall we? There we go. That's a bit better. And then we'll position it again. and we'll move it 2 blocks in front. And what we'll do there is we will run summon. Let's try and be a bit better. Let's use our namespace. Let's use our words. Summon a marker at those coordinates. We'll give it, do I need to give it a tag? Yeah, we'll give it a tag. Tags. It's only going to have one direction. Okay, now we'll tag the husk as well. Tag at this, add, tag husk, add, and we'll just call it this. Call it whatever you like. Call it this. Then we're going to summon an ender pearl and run a function as that ender pearl to initialize it. So we will execute positioned, and I think we were lifting it up a little bit, weren't we? So let's lift it up a little bit. So it's not at his feet, it's a bit above his head. Well, then we're going to anchor to the eyes anyway. Anchored eyes. And we will summon Minecraft ender pearl. And we will run function pearl init. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to summon the ender pearl, and then we're going to be running this function as that ender pearl. Now that's why we tagged the husk. So in this function, we can reference the husk. And then straight away, after we've done that, we will tag add s, which is the husk, and we will remove this. So this is going to come through and execute as one husk. He's going to get the tag, it's going to do that, then it's going to remove the tag and remove the marker. Then it'll come back through and do it as the next husk. So we've got no problems with more than one husk having the tag at once. And now we'll remove that marker. So we'll do kill. Completely forgot how to do it. Type equals Minecraft marker, and we did give it a tag. Tag equals direction. There we go. Cool. So now we just need to initialize that ender pearl. So let's go to throw pearl in it. Link the pearl to the husk that threw it. Okay, so we're going to copy the UUID from the husk that we just tagged. So now we can find that husk nice and quickly. And copy its UUID. And we're going to copy the position data from the marker. Well, the marker has a tag anyway. Tag direction. So we'll copy that. So let's do link the pearl to the husk that threw it. Okay, so we will data modify, and because we're running this function as the pearl, we can literally just do @s, which means we don't even need an entity check. We don't have to find the pearl. So much nicer. It's not going to be happy because you have to say entity @s. And we don't need to limit it to 1 because it's only running as the one pearl. And we're going to set the owner. We're going to set that from an entity. The entity will be, we'll say nearest, because it's going to be right in front of the husk. So we'll say nearest type equals husk. But just to double check, here is where we'll use that tag. So even if somehow there was a closer husk, we will ignore that husk because we're checking that tag as well. And we want your UUID. Okay, so the husk now owns the ender pearl. So when the ender pearl hits the ground, Minecraft code will take over for us and we'll teleport the husk to it because the husk is the owner. Now let's copy the position data from the marker and we'll apply that to the motion of the ender pearl, and that's going to make it fly. So we'll do data modify. Let's see if this time we can remember to type entity @s. Your motion will be set from an entity. The entity will be any entity. I don't know if it's better to say nearest, because nearest would limit it to 1. So once it finds the marker, it won't look any longer. That's kind of what I'm going with there. Someone will know. Someone will say yes or no to that. Tag equals direction. We do have to limit it to 1 in here, though. And copy that from your pods. Now, to be honest, it might even be better to run this. I don't know. If someone does know the answer, would this be better if I said execute positioned 000 run? Now, would that be better? Because then it's going to go from 0, 0, 0 and find the nearest Minecraft marker. And that's where we spawned the marker. So would that be less to check? It's just going to check really... Does it check outwards from the point? In which case this would be faster, wouldn't it? Because it would go, well, I'm at 0, 0, 0. Oh, there's a marker right here. I'll check that. That was quick. I don't have to look anywhere else. So I wonder if that's quicker. That's something for someone who knows a bit more than me. There we go. So let's put it back to that one. And we're done. That's it. So we run throw pearl in it. Well, first, let's go through the scenario. What would happen? We would have something ticking, some sort of tick running as the husk. Here we go. Select a husk. Is there a player near it? If there is, then you have a 10% chance to throw your pearl. So let's say every 10 seconds, let's tick. Every 5-10 seconds, something like that, we check the husk. Does the husk have a player near? If there is a player near it, then we'll do a 10% chance to throw a pearl. If all that is true, then we run throw pearl in it as that husk. And we would then come into throw pearl and we remove this distance check because we've already done it. Yeah, that seems alright. That's what we'll go for next, I think. Unless anyone's got any cool ideas, because obviously I put this video out last time. And I mean, it worked. It was alright. And I sort of, I kind of like it. It's okay. I like it a lot more now. Thanks to Starflyer and Ehrdn. Good ideas. Let me just check that name. Let me check it. Ehrdn. I'm going to call it Ehrdn. 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 There we go. So thank you very much to them for telling me to do it this way instead. Let's make sure that's saved. Let's go back. Let's do a reload. We're not messing around with anything experimental, so that should do. Pop you down. Are you going to throw that at me? Right into my head. Okay, you're not flying past anymore, are you? Or can you imagine if you were in a room, 4 of them? What happens if we got 4 of them? Oh my god. Wow, look, they got angry. He hit him with the ender pearl, so he got angry at him. That's it, yeah, get him. Well, now they're all looking at me. I'm in creative, guys. See, don't look at me like that. So we might have a bit of a problem if there's too many, but take into account that's very unlikely to happen if they're not all throwing their pearls at the same time. It's only because they're all doing it at the same time. Oh god. I've created a hideous beast. I don't want to be fighting that. So, I think I'm gonna do this for the next video as well, because I don't think it should be too hard to do, and also it means I don't have to think of something else to make, and it shouldn't take too long to record, so, which is good over my busy weekend. Cheeky, but true. There we go. So thanks again to Starflyer and Ehrdn. Great idea. I'm a bit ashamed of myself for not even thinking of it at all, and just using the item that looked like an ender pearl. Anyway, guys, going to leave you there. Have a great day. Look after yourselves. Take care. Bye-bye.